how many times I have to say this, but I'm going to say it again and again and again because my whole goal, why I do these videos, is to help resellers make more money with less work. That's really all I care about. I'm passionate about it. I'm here week after week sharing tips and tricks with you so that you can benefit from everything that I've learned over the last several years of reselling and just make more money because I love making money online. I love making money as a stay-at-home mom online. I think it's fantastic. And whether you're a mom or not, or a woman or not, or whatever, I want anyone to be able to make money online. It's fantastic. And so I'm going to tell you 5 reselling principles that I live by. I've said them all before. I'm going to say them again because I really want you guys to make the most money you can possibly make from doing the work that you're doing. Because when you do reselling work, you take time away from your family, time away from your job, time away from self-care, time away from, whatever, to do this side hustle. So I want you to get the most out of it that you can. Download your free reseller resource guide today. I constantly update and share with you discounts, favorites, tools, and resources to help you with your reselling business. After the video, click the link in the description and get your totally free guide today. So we're going to go through these 5 principles. It's not going to take that long. Bear with me and we'll go through them all. So the first one is buying items of value. Stop buying no-name nonsense, flawed items, tank tops, Liz Claiborne, Old Navy, shirts from the Bahamas and whatever. Like, just put up good quality stuff. Sweaters, jeans, dresses, outerwear, silk tops, cashmere sweaters, high-waisted things that are on trend. Don't put up cold shoulder, old stuff, put up good stuff. Think about the items that you're putting up and don't just put up anything. Even if you got it for free, even if it's yours, even if your friend gave it to you to sell, even if you got it at the bins for $1 or at a garage sale for 25 cents. Don't clog up your life and your reselling business in your closet with stuff that's nonsense. Focus on items of value. That's number 1. Number 2, price high. Price on the high side of the comps so that you get the benefit of all the trickle-down effect. So let's say you have a Calvin Klein dress and you were going to list it for $30. Don't do that. List it for $50 because that's the high side of the comps. You might get someone that's looking for that exact dress. It's in the middle of the night. And they buy that sucker outright because they've been looking for it for 3 weeks and couldn't find it. And they just buy it. $50, bam. Well, that's better than the $30 that you were going to charge. So sometimes you get full price sales. Sometimes you send out the offers and you end up at $30. That's okay because that's where you were going to price to begin with. But if you started it at $30, you'd have less wiggle room for the offers. And so you might not make the sale anyway because you're not getting in front of people. So price on the high side of the comps. Don't just make up a crazy high price. Price on the high side of the comps so that you can get the full range of profit potential, let's say. That's fun. I love a good alliteration. So profit potential, you want to make all that. You want to get the $50 sale, you want to get the $40 sale, you want to get the $35 sale. And if you have to sell it for $25, then you sell it for $25. But if you priced it at $30, you wouldn't be able to get all those sales above that. So price high, price on the high side of the comps. Number 3, share up to the limit. Let's say it again. Share up to the limit. So the old days of sharing your whole closet 3 to 5 times a day is over. Now there's automation at play. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Poshmark VA is what I recommend. You get 20% off with my code Rebecca the Reseller. It will make you money. It will make you tons of money. So get the Poshmark VA, set up your automatic set up your offer to likers, use it for price drops, use it for all the things. But the most important thing to get your money's worth out of it is let it share up to the limit. So if you have 1,000 items, you can share your whole closet 9 times up to the limit of 9,000 shares. Yes. If you have 500 items, you can share your closet 18 times a day up to the 9,000 limit. That's almost once an hour. If you have less than that, do the math, and you can share that many times. So you have no excuse for this little bot to work for you all the live long day while you're out living your life, and you don't need to be chained to your phone. And this is one of those things that I'm really passionate about, because the whole great thing about making money online is that sometimes you get to make money in your sleep. Sometimes you get to make money when you're on vacation. Sometimes you get to make money when you're at your son's baseball game or helping with the PTA. This is my world. You know, I love when we go to Dave and Buster's and are playing video games or whatever, having a family day, and I made 3 sales while I'm doing that. I love that. That's the power of an online business. But if you're constantly chained to your phone, sharing and sharing and sharing, you're never going to get that great, glorious, thing of, yes, I just made a sale and I wasn't working. That's wonderful. That's not trading your time for money. It's amazing. Do that. Do that. The fourth one is aggressive and progressive offers. So lots of reseller YouTubers and reseller Instagrammers and all the people that are in this space like me, we all say send your offer to likers. We say do the waterfall strategy. Like, this isn't new. This isn't my concept, but I do think that what I have put to it is some words, which is progressive and aggressive offers, right? So whatever that is. So it doesn't have to be 50%. I do that. I do 20%, 30%, 40%, and 50%. That works for me because I've set it up that way. For you in the beginning, you might not be able to offer that. For you, it might be 10%, 20%, 30%. But the idea is that you have progressive, which means it continually gets higher, and aggressive, which means it's an enticing offer. I want to make you aware of the hottest, the best deal I have ever offered in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy. To find it, all you have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will find this right here. Hot deal, best value, all courses and digital downloads for life. This is it, friends. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm giving you everything I have in my academy, all the digital downloads, all the courses for just $20. The best part is if I create a new digital download going forward, you will get it absolutely free. This is the time to lock in the best deal I have ever offered. All you have to do is go to Rebecca the Reseller Academy, scroll down to Hot Deal, and purchase it for $20. If you're wondering what comes in this, it's everything. So you're going to get all of my courses, and you're also going to get all of the digital downloads that I've created, including my keywords list, my listing forms, my Poshmark closet signs. Everything that I have created and everything that I ever will create will be yours for literally $20. So you might start at 10, 20, 30, but then you might be able to go up to 20, 30, 40. And then at some point you might be able to do what I do, which is 20, 30, 40, 50. You have to see. Everybody's business is different. I'm not making you offer 50%, but I do think that it's aggressive and part of the progressive strategy. The idea is that you want to get in front of your buyer as many times as you can. And with Poshmark, the only way to do that is with progressive offers. The offer has to get bigger or they won't send it. So you could send them 10%. If nobody bites and you send another 10%, it's not going to those other people. It's only going to go to the new people. So the only way to get in front of the old people that liked your item is to send them a 20%. So that's the idea, is you want to send aggressive offers that entice them to buy today, but also progressive offers so you can keep getting in front of them a few times. Do you ever get those Kohl's emails? Do you shop at Kohl's? I get Kohl's emails every day, multiple times a day. And they're telling me about this sale and that sale, and this coupon and Kohl's Cash and this one and that one. And oh my God, there's so many emails. But they know that you have to be progressive and aggressive to get in front of that buyer and to get me to come in and spend all my money there, which I haven't been lately. But they know that that's how you do it. And so that's what you can do too. And if you have automation, you have Posher VA set up, doing those progressive and aggressive offers, you don't have to spend time doing it. And that is also a beautiful thing. So progressive and aggressive offers, people. The last one is focus on sales generating activities. So this is something that I beat the drum about a lot, but it may not have sunk in yet, or maybe you're new, or maybe you're just hearing this for the first time, but focusing on sales generating activities are many of the things that I said: pricing high, sharing, aggressive and progressive offers, listing, anything that is an activity in your reselling business that can lead to making a sale. Sourcing, listing, sharing, offer to likers, doing my shoppers, making sure you have bundle discounts, dropping prices, all of these things are sales generating activities. You should focus on those. That should be the most amount of time that you put into your business. It should be on those tasks, okay? Then the other tasks that are like admin or operational tasks, like washing clothes, sorting your piles, organizing your closet by category and color, which I hate, fadoodling with things that are on your rack, sweater shaving. Like, I guess sweater shaving you could say, well, this is going to make me money because I'm sweater shaving, but in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of low. But like those kinds of activities, those shouldn't take up the most amount of your time. Even photographing, like, it is a sales generating activity in that you're getting a listing up, but if you do it inefficiently and it takes you all day to photograph 10 items, you're spending most of your time doing that and not a lot of time on your sales generating activities. So I say this so that you can kind of do a little audit of your time and say, where am I spending my time? Am I spending time in all of these time sucks, like making piles and then going through the piles and then sorting the piles and, sorting things that you have hanging up on your rack and redoing this and stop doing that. Or if you can't stop because either you like it, or really what I think it is people are afraid, or people are procrastinating on doing those sales generating activities, because if they do and they don't end up with any sales, they will feel like they wasted their time. And so they do these other things that say, oh, look, I organized all these piles today. Oh, look, I washed all these items. Or, oh, look, I sorted my whole thing and I went through all of my listings and added this emoji. Like, that makes you feel good because you accomplished a task, but it doesn't necessarily get you any sales. So sometimes you have to be okay with doing a task and not knowing if it's going to make you a sale in that moment, but knowing that it's the right kind of task, that if you do it over time, it will result in sales. And I think because I come from a sales background, like that was some of the jobs that I did, I know what that's like. I know that I can make 100 phone calls that day and I may not sell anybody anything. I didn't really have that kind of job, but you could do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of activities, a whole day's worth of work, and still not come away with anything booked. And that's frustrating, but you just kind of have to get like okay with that icky feeling of, I might have done all this work today and I might not have made a sale off of any of that work. But if I had consistently done all that work, I'll make a sale eventually off of that work. It might not be today, but it might be tomorrow. And, for me, since I have cumulative effects of all of that work, I am making daily reliable sales and have been for quite some time. And so it's because I consistently did all that sales generating activities. So just kind of take a look at the stuff that you're doing and say, is this something that's really going to make me money? Or could I do this real quick and then spend some more time over here doing the offers, doing the listings, making my listings better, adding keywords, blah, blah, blah. So those are the 5 things that I have as reselling principles that, like, I live this. I do it all the time, and I'll continue to tell you guys because I believe it is that important to being successful as a reseller. I wish nothing but the best for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Poshmark VA is a tax-deductible business investment that pays for itself many times over each month. It increases Poshmark sales because it shares and sends offers more than I ever could manually. It handles all my shares, automatic offer to likers, bulk offers, and it can do price drops and relists. When my coaching clients add Poshmark VA, it makes more sales basically immediately. The best part is that you get your time back. More time with family, thrifting, whatever. Get 20% off with code Rebecca the Reseller and the link below.